right. Hello, everybody. This is David Rutz with Youngevity. I appreciate you dialing in today for today's training. Today's going to begin something a little bit different. We're going to start a series of trainings where each week we do a little different subject matter. And this is going to create an archive of recordings that will be a system that you would be able to give someone when they get started day one. Now, we've got the corporate Get Started training video at our Youngevity Vimeo page. We've got, leaders all throughout the country that have their own systems that all match the Youngevity playbook, if you will. But then there's others who don't necessarily have a home. They don't have an upline who's running a system, or they don't know what that system is. So I wanted to provide an avenue here as if I was working with all of you, like I say every week, as if you were my organization working with me here in my backyard of Milford, Michigan. What would I do with you to get you started? What would I then help you accomplish? What would the goals be that we set together? How do we go about doing it? What do I help you overcome? What do you help me overcome? What do we accomplish as a team? What do we shoot for? How do we get trained? How do we get educated on products? How do we understand the pay plan? All the things that I'd want you to know so that you could have a successful business are the type things we're going to talk about on this call over the coming weeks. So I want to keep them short because these will be nice trainings to give to people afterward. They're going to be shorter than usual. I will, of course, open up for Q&A at the end, but only after I end the recording so that these can become a useful tool at the end. I am at the Oklahoma City Roadshow today. I am speaking in 30 minutes, so this will be a short call regardless of whether I want it to be or not. It will have to be because the event has already started here, and, of course, I've got to get myself prepared for my 30-minute time frame. So with that said, what we're going to do first, we're going to go over your brand new distributor, getting started, the options you have to choose from. And what we're going to go through today is the 4 steps of getting started. Next week, we're going to go through your private game plan. And after your private game plan, we're going to go through how to execute the private game plan, week 3. So week 1, 4 steps of getting started. This is what I want you to know. You're brand new. You've decided to get started with Youngevity. And by the way, this is something you will be able to send to people who are just getting involved in Youngevity. When you're getting started, you have a couple options. You can get started as a independent marketing director for $25 and buy some product, or you can get started as a CEO. So step 1 is you have to decide where you want to start. Now, if you're already involved, go along with me here. This is a training for you on how to cover this with a brand new person. So you have to decide where to start. Some camps will say you just need to be a CEO because that positions you with product and it positions you in the pay plan best to get out there and maximize your income. And some people believe that is what you should do. Other people believe that if you can't afford that, obviously you shouldn't do that. Most people believe that. If you can't afford it, you shouldn't do it. Now, there's something to be said. If you can't afford it, you really can't afford not to, because that means financially you're not in the position you want to be in yet. And so we want to help you earn as much money as you can as quick as you can. And by being CEO, you position yourself for weekly bonuses right away. Significant, what we call coding bonuses, CEO coding bonuses, you can qualify for. It doesn't mean you're going to make them for sure, but you can qualify for them if you're a CEO. So when you hear that statement, if you can't afford it, maybe you can't afford not to, it's because CEO designation allows you to earn some significant upfront weekly income while your monthly residual is building. So as you decide to get started, whether you want to be an IMD at $25 with some products, and we always recommend one of the Help You Start packs, or $100 for the product minimum from one of your passions, whatever product it is you're coming in with, get that $100 so you're qualified as an IMD. You're then qualified for quick start bonuses and such. You need to be on auto ship, you need to have $100, and you can qualify for quick start weekly pay with us. So we encourage you to at least hit that threshold again so you can make weekly bonuses. All right? They don't exist unless you're an IMD, qualified IMD. $100 in volume and being on auto ship. All right, so make sure when you get started, you're at least that. We recommend CEO. Now, step 2 is get yourself positioned. All right, get positioned means we want to help you, regardless of what position you start at, reach the senior executive marketing director within 30 days and the executive marketing director within 7 days. That's a goal for you. That's what we encourage you to do. That's a fast start. We've recognized that when people start that way, they succeed more than others who don't. All right, there's something to a long, slow, steady space, but there's also something to getting off on the right track and being consistent, but also having a fast start. And we find that those who have a fast start, they get energy from that. It creates momentum and inertia, and it helps you to continue growing. So we encourage you to get yourself positioned at SEMD in by 30 days and EMD in 7 days. Well, what does that mean? SCMD is having 3 organizations that you've started to build, 3 groups of people, distributors that you've started to build, and you have customers. So you've got customers and you've got distributors. And between you and all your customers and all your distributors and all their customers, you have $5,400 in monthly qualifying volume coming in. Okay, so we'll go through, there's a comp plan video and training that you can go to see specifics, but I'm just going to give you the big picture. When you and all your customers, so your purchases and your customers' purchases, and then your distributors and all of their purchases, when all of those total more than $5,400 in a calendar month, you become an SCMD. Now, there's some structure requirements as well. You need 3 legs of distributors, and they need to have a certain number of legs. So there's some structure requirements that your compensation plan chart will go over with you, and I encourage you to read that if you don't understand what I'm saying right now. Go to the compensation plan chart and read that over and talk to your sponsor if you don't understand that, okay? So you want to be $5,400 by the end of 30 days. Now, EMD is 7 days. That's when you've sponsored your 3 people who have gone out and started sponsoring people as well. Okay, so that means within your first 7 days, you want to sponsor some new distributors who are getting customers, of course, too. It's not just about signing up distributors. But the long and short of it is our goal is for you to have your first 3 new distributors within 7 days. Now, that's not hard to do unless you think it's hard to do, and it's not a play on words. That's the truth. People who, when I first started in this industry in 1991, I thought that was hard to do because getting one person to look at this business to consider it was hard in my mind. Just because in between my ears, I had thoughts, and my thoughts made it seem hard. Other people got, oh my God, why wouldn't everyone join this business? And they had no trouble talking to anyone about the business, right? They didn't have the same thoughts I had. We had different philosophies, and those philosophies slowed me down when I first started in this industry. So I understand if you think that way. What I found, though, was until I cleared my thoughts and switched my philosophies, I couldn't recruit anyone. I couldn't build a team. Imagine the Detroit Lions trying to draft a new quarterback. Well, they have this trouble, actually. Imagine the Detroit Lions trying to draft a new quarterback, and the people who own the team don't believe that the person will have any success when they draft them. You wouldn't be able to be inspirational in getting that quarterback to come your way. The only way you get it is pay him a lot of money. But you can imagine if you don't necessarily believe this is going to work, you're going to have trouble referring it to people. If you're not sure you can do it, you're going to have trouble referring it to people, of course. So we encourage you so that you can get yourself positioned at SEMD between you and your team having 5,400 in volume and EMD in the first 7 days. In order to do that, you first have to clear your mind right now of any thoughts, and you need to switch them. Now, you can't just do that, right? You can say do it, but the reality is if you have thoughts and beliefs, those are thoughts and beliefs that need to be countered. They need to be understood so that you can look at it from a different perspective. Okay. The other day I was driving through Kroger parking lot, which is a grocery store here in Michigan, and a woman went flying through the stop signs, in front of the store. So not in the road, but in the parking lot in front of the store, there's stop signs so the people can walk out and go to their car, right? She went flying through them. Almost hit a couple people just flying through. And I was like, you got to be kidding. Of course, everyone beeped at her, and people and pedestrians were upset, and she just kept going. You just foolish, right? Could have killed someone. Well, what if she had just gotten a call that her child was in an accident and, only had, a short time. They weren't sure if she was going to survive, but she was alive now, and she needed to get to her child's bedside. Different perspective, same situation. Now, it's an awful example. But I said to my daughter, who was upset with the woman too, I said, hey, we don't know what that woman's going through right now. Obviously it was wrong what she did, but we don't know why she did it. And if she did it to be rude and obnoxious and didn't care, well, that's wrong. But, it was a mistake either way. But we don't know why, so let's look at perspective. Well, that's a long way of saying to you, I don't know why you may feel what you feel about this industry, good or bad, but we need to counter it and look at it with a different perspective. So your upline leader can help you look at it with a different perspective. I will say this, network marketing is I believe, and many other people support this, the easiest way for a person to become an entrepreneur in this world today. It also allows you to take advantage of the franchise principles, which is a proven system to follow, with proven people who've done it. I've earned millions of dollars in this industry, and I'm talking to brand new people. I'm helping a brand, I'm saying that literally. I've earned millions of dollars in this industry, and I'm helping a brand new person who wants to get started to make an extra $5,000 a month. I can help them. I know how to do it. I've done it. And guess what? There's hundreds of people like me in Youngevity. Thousands of people like me in Youngevity who would do this full time. Thousands. So do you think that gives an advantage to one of your friends who you're thinking about introducing this business to? Yeah, when you look at it that way. See, I don't make a dime for doing this call right now. I don't make a dime for meeting with people at a Starbucks coffee house and talking to them. I only make money if they succeed. But yet I'm still willing to meet with those people and coach them and counsel them, and so are many people on this phone call and many people in this company. That's a different perspective, isn't it? I'm not trying to get someone in to make money on. You think I want to get someone in at CEO so I can make my bonus on that $500 and spend all that time convincing them and then have them quit? No, not at all. That's ridiculous. So our goal is to help you understand the value of CEO, because we want to put money in your pocket soon. We make more if you don't start CEO. Your upline leaders make more money. They make all the coding bonuses and roll-ups if you're not a CEO. So they're actually have a financial incentive to talk you out of it, not talk you into it. But the financial incentive to talk you into it is we believe you'll have more success, earn more income quicker, and have more products to try, more belief about our products. You see the CEO package in the training, you get more belief. You use the products, you get more belief. You earn more weekly checks, you get more belief. It helps you succeed. Okay, if I know exercises that I know if you do them for 20 minutes a day, you're going to lose weight, and the other exercises you do them for 20 minutes a day, you don't lose weight, which one, if I'm a personal trainer, am I going to give you? The ones that help you lose weight. Well, that's kind of what our CEO option is, or at least being a qualified IMD so you can get weekly bonus checks. Okay, so when you're meeting with people and you decide to qualify, you need to introduce 3 people to this business. You need to, in your mind, make sure you believe the right things. So if your perspective about recruiting is getting someone into a pyramid thing, you got the wrong perspective. Not to say that you shouldn't feel that way, because I don't know what you've experienced in your past. Again, we all have different perspectives for a reason. But you're not in a pyramid thing. You're in an international franchise, personal franchise type business where you can build your own McDonald's type income, where you can build a team of distributors who move more products than anyone else. I'm not in this trying to get people into a business. I'm trying to expand my distribution base. I'm trying to have more locations of my company. Youngevity is my supplier, in my mind. McDonald's has a supplier that gives them all the meat. They're not in the meat business. They're in the distribution of burger business, right? You're not in the Well, you're in the nutrition business, but you're also in skincare, you're also in services, you're also in financial services, you're also in essential oils. You're in a lot of different industries, right? McDonald's sells french fries and milkshakes and apple pies, right? But what McDonald's corporate is in is giving a good business opportunity to people so they buy more restaurants and sell more of their stuff. Distribution, distribution, distribution. You're in the distribution business. Your job is to have more distributors than anybody else. It's to expand your business. So when you're going out there and building your team and introducing someone, don't look at it as getting them into something where you make money. Look at them as empowering them with an opportunity to literally get out of their job one day, empowering them with an opportunity to have financial independence, empowering them with the opportunity to have their passions like they don't have today. They can make an impact in this world. That's what you have to offer people. So if you don't already think that way, you want to get with your upline leader and have some more conversations to see how they look at Youngevity and they look at this business and this industry so that you can see the professional nature of this. I live in a neighborhood with some people who do very well, professionals, but they all go to work every day. I take my trash out at 10 a.m. because the truck doesn't come till 11. They take them out the night before because they got to get up at 6 o'clock to go to work. I'm at home at 4 o'clock when the school bus rolls through the door. My neighbors aren't. That's a cool lifestyle. Now, no disrespect to what my neighbors have chosen to do, but they can't certainly look down on my industry and go, it's one of those things. You mean one of those things that gives you a lifestyle? You can build distribution all over the world and have the freedom to work when you want to work, from where you want to work it, when you want to work it, by helping people and making an impact and bringing good products to the world that wouldn't exist otherwise, and taking care of people. That's how I look at this industry. So do you think I have any trouble recruiting someone? Never. Never, never, never. That doesn't mean everyone says yes. Most people don't say yes. But they get talked to by me. I'm not concerned about the outcome. I'm concerned about talking to them. What are you concerned about? So if what's between your ears is stopping you from referring people this week, let's address that first. Let's cleanse that. Let's get that perspective changed, because perspective, how you view it, is really going to determine whether you do anything with it. Okay? So that's step 2, get yourself positioned. Step 3 is make a list of who you know and contact that list. We're going to start qualifying for that. Start qualifying for your position. So you want to make a list, a prospect list. Now, I don't look at my neighbors as prospects like a sales prospect. I look at it as a conversation list. People I need to converse and share this with. People I need to introduce what I'm doing with. Just to share with them what I'm doing, to find out if they have any interest in learning more. That's all. Your job is not to get them in. Your job is to just share with them. So make a list. And your list should include people you've done business with, people you're friends with, family, cousins, people you'd see at a wedding, and that's the only time you'd see them is at a wedding, people you'd see at a funeral, and that's the only time you'd see them is at a funeral, people you'd see it as a baptism, people people you see at school when your daughter has a play and you go there and you see all those people at school. Those are all the people who go on your list. It's not just your closest friends. I mean, you want to talk to your closest friends, of course. That's just natural. But you also want to pick up the phone and say, hey, Marcy, I know I only see you at the school play, and we talk, only there, and the last play was great. But listen, you're on my heart. You're on my heart because I just started with a company. It's all about distributing amazing products. And so I really believe in these products, or I wouldn't be calling you. I really believe in what this product can do for people. I wouldn't be calling you. And 2 things. Number 1, I want to share with you these products because I really think they can help your family. And if you like what I say, what I'm sharing, and if you believe what I believe, then you can try the products. Also, though, because I'm actually pursuing this as a part-time business because I love these products so much, I'm actually promoting them. And as a promoter, I get paid to promote them. So I'd love you to look at them because you might want to use the products. But number 2, if you're interested, they're looking for more people to promote the products. I'd love to talk to you about being, one of the independent business owners like myself. Now that's a fair exposure, isn't it? I shared what I believe, which is the recipe when you're exposing people. So you make your list, call them up. The 3-step recipe is share what you believe, invite them to learn more, and then put a tool in their hand. That's exactly what I did. Now, she says, Dave, I appreciate it. I'm not really interested. I mean, I'll hear about the products, but I'm not interested in the business. I'm really tied up in business, but, I'm busy. I just don't have time for anything. No problem. But I'd be willing to try the product. Great. Listen, I got some information I'm going to send you, and I send them whatever tool I want, a video, a brochure, a sample, whatever I'm going to do. Okay, so that's called exposing and growing your business, networking your business. Why this is called network marketing. It's not network marketing because it looks like a chain on a whiteboard and everyone's linked together like a pyramid. That's not why it's called network marketing. It's called network marketing because those who network most get compensated the most. So be a networker. Get out there, and I say, ooh, that's hard. Well, that's another perspective. If you've got a perspective where that's hard, well, I don't want to be one of those people who's trying to get my friends into something. Well, hopefully we already addressed. You're not trying to get them in. You're not trying to get them into anything. Do you believe in the products? Do you believe they're better off if they have them? Then just tell them that. I believe in these products, and I think your family can really benefit from them. I want you to take a look at them. I'll give you some information. But tell me about it. I'd like to. I get nervous when I'm talking about it. I get nervous. I'm not really sure how to talk about it. This tool, though, explains it all. If that's what you feel, say that. You know what? I'd love to cover it with you, but I've got a doctor did a CD. It's an hour long. I'd rather you listen to that. Say that if you want to say that. It's an amazing doctor. He created the product. I'd love you to hear his vision from his mouth and why he created these products rather than me telling you, because that's what moved me, and I don't think a friend could have moved me to these products. I had to listen to that CD. If that's what you believe, then say that. So don't be afraid to approach. So step 1, again, was get started. Join now, basically, and decide where to start. Step 2, get yourself positioned at SEMD or IMD. Okay? Decide where to start is CEO or IMD. Step 2 is get yourself positioned SEMD or IMD. Step 3 is make a list and start contacting that list, right? And how do you approach? Approach and peak interest, really. Step 3, make a list and approach them. How do you approach them? What I just said, 3-step process. Contact them with a sorting question, share what you believe, and ask them if they want to learn more. It's really, you don't need anything more than that. Now, there's tactics and techniques you can learn, and those are all things that I think don't work at all unless you have belief to what you're doing and you're willing to do the 3 things first. You can improve by doing it, measure and adjust, and you'll get better at saying things that move people and having the right tonality and posture. And those things all matter. There's no question those matter, because some people read your posture and they think the product's not good because you're fearful. So all those things about posture and telling your story and pulling it away and fear loss, those are all things that are effective at moving people. But you know what's most effective? Just believing in what you're doing and not being concerned with the outcome. I'm a Michigan fan. I love University of Michigan. I went to University of Michigan. I'm happy they're doing better in football. I'm happy their schools are still top-ranked schools for education. If I'm going to talk to someone about why they should go to Michigan, I have no trouble saying it. I don't make a dime. I have no trouble sharing why they should go to University of Michigan. With no trouble telling all my kids why I think they should try to go there. No trouble at all. I believe in who they are. And I believe in a lot of colleges. I just happen to believe in that one most, and that's why I chose to go there. And that's why I promote that one to the people I know most, because I believe in it most. Doesn't mean Harvard's not good, Stanford's not good. Doesn't mean any of that. I just believe in this one, so this is what I promote. There's a lot of great companies and great products out there. We've hitched on to Youngevity. We love it. We believe in it. That's what we promote. If you don't believe in it, get your belief level up. Okay? Then all those other tactics, I don't need fear loss and posture and all that to promote University of Michigan. I need belief. Same thing with you in this business. Okay? So step 3 is make your list and approach and peak interest. And again, you're not worried about the outcome. And step 4 is pay attention, be coachable. Pay attention, be coachable. What you want to do is you want to set up a private game plan with your upline expert as soon as possible. Not only do you want to set up a private game plan, but you want to go through the Get Started training that exists in the Youngevity Vimeo channel. Go through the Get Started training by Alex Tice, the video. Go through that. Go through any training your upline expert gives you and get on next week's call. Next week's call, we're going to be going through a private game plan. In case you can't do a private game plan with your upline expert, we're going to go through it. I'm going to ask the questions I would ask you if we were face-to-face. I'm going to go through the information as if we were face-to-face, and you'll have a private game plan by the time we hang up next week. So with that, folks, I've hit my time limit. Hopefully you understand the 4 steps of getting started. Again, number 1, join now and decide where to start, which is IMD or CEO. Hopefully you'll see the value of CEO. But if not, at least see the value of IMD, which is $100 and a $25 startup, so that you're qualified for weekly quick start pays. You can't earn weekly pay if you're not an IMD or above. A junior IMD does not get weekly pay. That's someone who paid $25 and started with $50 in product, let's say. So at least do the $100 in product and $25. You need to be a user of the product so you can be a believer in the product. CEO is even better because you get $500 worth of product. It only costs $499. You get all the training and your position for all the other car allowances and stock options and all the things are available only to CEO. I'm sorry, not stock options. Car allowances, coding bonuses are only available to people who are CEO designated. So you want to become a CEO if you can. Step 2, again, get yourself positioned at SEMD, which is $5,400 in volume between you and your team. We'll go through that in the game plan more. Just know that it exists. It's a goal you want to shoot for. And EMD by the end of your first 7 days. How do you do that again? Get your first 3 business owners involved in this company. Build your board of directors, basically. Find your 3 that want to build this with you. Don't get 3 in. Find 3 who want to build this with you. It's not about convincing. It's about sorting. Number 3, make a list of prospects, people you know. Contact that list and share what you believe. So approach them. Don't worry about the outcome. And try to approach at least 2 a day. 10 in play is part-time. 5 a day is a little more serious. But your first week, you should be able to approach 5 people a day about this. And in your first week, you'll approach 35 people. You'll have your 3 by the end of your first week if you approach your 35. So make that list, have a to-do list, and contact the 5 a day. 2 a day is the minimum. That's a maintenance. That's what we say everyone should do as they move forward. But when you first get started, 5 a day, get after it. If you say, I can't do that, Dave, okay, then you can't. Everyone's got different situations. But that's what we recommend so that you can have the numbers you need to get to that EMD level. And then step 4, again, pay attention. Get your game plan, build that relationship, attend some trainings, and attend any local and regional trainings in your area. With that, I thank you for dialing in today. I'm actually not going to take questions because of the time. But next week, we'll be going through the game plan. Make sure you're here. And make sure you're ready to go. This training will be live in the back office. You can hear it over and over again and share it with others. God bless you all. Thanks for listening. Let's go, guys. You're part of Youngevity. That means you're big, you're bold, you got to stand and deliver. You don't have to cower. You don't have to play small. You don't have to be behind anyone. The leaders that are here now, we're going to be a $10 billion company one day. Right now, we're $170 million. The leaders we have now are great leaders. But you don't have to stay behind line. Learn from them and build and pass and surpass. The leaders that exist today want you to go out and build some of the biggest organizations. And we believe the biggest impact makers of this company aren't in the company yet. They're not in the company yet. There's the biggest impactors to now, but who's going to be the biggest impactors to get us to $1 billion or $2 billion or $4 billion? It's going to be different people than we know now. Everyone's going to help that's here, but why not you? Why not you? Why not play big and bold and make the biggest impact? You can, you should, you're empowered by it. If you're listening to these words, and you're not believing it, change that thought, change that perspective. You got one life. Yesterday I sent a text to my buddy. He was born in 1967. I put 1967 hyphen question mark. We don't know what our birth and our death date's going to be. We don't know. But we got work to do. You can be a good guy and all that, but at the end of the day, can we make a better impact? Is there something we can do? You help one person, you've made an impact. You help 1,000, you've made a bigger impact. You help 1,000,000, you've made even a bigger impact. Use this type of marketing, this type of distribution to have a message that impacts and goes viral and impacts millions. That's what can happen here. We're looking for leaders who want to help us lead and develop people to get us to that billion, that $5 billion, that $10 billion organization. Hopefully you're on this call. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? It is you, and it is now. God bless you all. Thanks for listening. Let's go get it done. See you on next week's call.